Welcome to the Engineering, Emotions, and Energy Podcast, where you can relax, recharge, and reconnect. And now, your host, Justin Wink.
All right, welcome to the show. Today, I am talking about taking the brakes off your life with some little ways to tweak how you speak. So this is the first episode of 2023. So Happy New Year to everybody. And I'm sure maybe you've got some things you want to accomplish. Maybe you want to get done. Maybe you want to change in your life. And let me ask you, do you really want to make those things happen? Or is it just the idea nice? Because sometimes it just feels good. Like, boy, sure would be cool to like go to the moon, but I'm not going to go start go make $1 billion and start a company and go through all that. Like, I don't want to go to the moon that badly. I'm sure I could. And even just the way that I'm phrasing that is going to be one of the tips in this episode. So you want to stick around. You want to hear if you actually want to make whatever it is that you want to do in your life this year actually happen. And I'm sure that there's at least one thing, if not a ton of things, you would actually love to change or accomplish, make happen, improve. But before that, I do want to kind of like talk about a little something for those of you that maybe follow my social media. If you don't, still stick around because there's a valuable lesson in this for you too. But if you're not following me on social media, like, come on. I am not a marketer. I'm sure that is probably the worst way to market people to join my social media possible. It is really easy. It is Justin Wink, Ph.D., like everywhere. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, which I read is still a thing. I don't do much. I like reading the news about it. That's been entertaining for the past several months. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that it got bought and all this? Anyway, this is not the What Happened to Twitter show. This is the Engineering, Emotions, and Energy podcast with me, Justin Wink. To all of those of you who have been following my social media, I'd like to kind of explain maybe what you saw going on, because there's a little bit like I want to apologize because it got a little weird. It got a little weird, didn't it? If you've been paying attention, you're probably like, he's posting more. It's looking pretty. What the fuck is some of this shit? That's on me. I learned a lesson. It was a very valuable lesson, not a free lesson, although probably could have been more expensive. So I hired someone to help me with my social media. Like all great relationships, in the beginning, it was fabulous. Things were going great. We were getting to know each other. It was like, oh, cool. Like you can do that and you can create graphics and we're going to do this with my logo and all these cool things. And, oh, you're going to find ways to find me new followers and all this sort of thing. And it was really cool. You probably see some of the things, you're like, boy, that looks like really cool. That shit looks professional, because it is professionally done. Like this person I was working with, she's got phenomenal skills and just great. And then I started getting feedback from some like my close friends that support me and my efforts to help people, relax, recharge, and live a more fulfilling life that's still also successful. And they're like, hey, Justin, like some of this stuff is like not landing. It doesn't feel like you. There's just something off. I'd go and I'd kind of look and it's like, yeah, okay. And so make some little tweaks on how we're arranging. And I'll be honest though, I was a little more hands off because I'm playing around with what works for me and what works for what I'm trying to do. Because in the past, I was so hands-on. I was like, I want everything to be perfect. And that resulted in me not doing a whole lot, because that is fucking exhausting to just have to put out something perfect every time. And I went a little far the other way and got a little too hands off. Like, let's see what this person can do. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Like, I learned that I have a voice, and that's what I want to be putting out. Just a lot of some of the posts and the way they were phrased just weren't in alignment with how I would say it. Not that the way any of these things said were bad. It's just not me. And those of you that are following and those of you that are soon to be following, you want to hear from me. You're following Justin Wink, Ph.D. You're not following anybody else, or you might be, but from them, you want to hear from them going forward. From me, if you're following me, you're going to hear from me. And so kind of like when I went to Germany and lived there for 6 months, I didn't really realize that I was an American until I was not in America. Very much like this, I don't know if I really appreciated my voice and its unique offerings and what it can do for the right person who's wanting to hear that, until I saw not my voice going out there as me. I was like, this is not me. Having learned that and making some attempts, I won't be working with this person anymore because we're just not aligned. And that's okay. She's incredibly talented. I wanted it to work out really badly. I really did. I was like, oh boy, this would be great. Just wasn't a good fit. Like her voice, her way of doing things, great for so many other people, just not for my flavor of what I'm trying to do. And so now I'm ready to bring in people onto my team that are here to sort of help and magnify my voice so that you're able to just get more of me. Not that you care about me, but basically more of whatever it is that you know that you can get from me that helps improve your life to make it be more fulfilling, more enjoyable, more fun, more exciting. It just flow more easily. Like, I'm assuming that's why you're listening, is because you get something out of this. It does something to make your life better. Even if it's just like, I just like hearing Justin's stories or whatever. They're kind of fun. Hey, actually, that'd be great. Could you tell me, why do you listen to the show? Write me, podcast@justinwink.com, or hit me up on the social media that we are just talking about, that from now on is going to have stuff more in my voice. I've still going to have like more professional looking graphics. So like that's here to stay, so that was the benefit, is like, okay, let me get some stuff that looks good. So now let's get to the main topic, which is how can you really get to where it is you want to go this year? And it doesn't matter if you might be listening to this first week of the new year of 2023, or you might be listening to this way in the future. Either way, this is going to be helpful information for you to just get to wherever it is you want to go. And you might be going like, I don't know where I want to go. That's a whole other podcast. Those are other programs. Check the archives, or just message me and say, Justin, I don't even know what it is I want to do. I got ways to help you out, my friend. Assuming there's something you want to do, and I'm guessing you've probably had things you want to do in the past that maybe you haven't gotten. And I'm telling you, the reason is you've got the brakes on. You're making it harder. Like, you might be going pedal to the metal with the gas, but you've also got pedal to the metal with the brake. Yeah, maybe sometimes you make it, but I'm guessing it's been painful. It's been challenging. I know I've done that where, yeah, I've accomplished a lot. Like, I've gone through what I did last year, and I think of what I've gone through my whole life. And it's like, I've gotten a lot done. And most of my life, it was in the most painful, slow, agonizing way, because I didn't realize that I was doing these things with how I would talk to others, how I would talk to myself. They're effectively like having my brake just pounded to the floor. So I would have to press on the gas that much more, drain myself. So this episode is all about taking the brake off. Now, does that magically mean you're going to get to where you want to go? No, because you still got to put a little energy in. You still got to set your direction, yet it is going to go so much more easily, so much faster once you do those things with the brake off. So you might be going like, Justin, what are the things? And so I'm going to go through, I got a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. Going to go through 6 areas that can be really, really beneficial. Now, just pick one of these things and start implementing it, using it throughout the rest of the day, and try to remind yourself throughout the week. So you're going to hear all 6, and just pick the one that's like, oh, I do that. Because some of these you might be like, you might not even be aware that you're doing it. So if you're not really aware yet, it's going to be really hard to change it. But one of these, you're going to be like, I say that all the time. And since you're aware of it, you're going to be able to catch yourself, and you're going to be able to do the small little tweak. The first one is the use of an I am statement. Like, I am depressed, or I am just not good at playing soccer. I am is one of the most powerful statements in all of the universe. And it also could be also the only thing that some philosophers argue is the only thing that can be provably true, is that I am, that I exist. That's a little bit beyond what we're talking about. But just saying like I am and then whatever is, that is saying that you are that thing, past, present, future. So if I say that I am depressed, that's I've been depressed, I am depressed, I will always be depressed. I am just a depressed being. So watch yourself in saying something like I am, and make sure you're only using it with something where you actually do want to be that past, present, and future. So like, I am a great communicator. I am confident. I am sexy as fuck. So use the I am statement to your advantage. And so you might be saying like, well, what if there's something that's like, there's a problem, like, yeah, I don't want to be it, but I went to a doctor. They said that I am someone with type 2 diabetes. I'm not saying that these things aren't happening, that we don't have problems. I'm just going to, a little slight tweak is, this is the second thing, is basically you can just say like, I am currently having the symptoms of this, and I am looking to find the root cause of this so that I can allow it to go away and be no more. Something like that. So just be careful of what you identify with. So instead of like, I am sick or I am depressed, like, I am having the symptoms of a depressed person. I'm having the symptoms of a cold, and I am looking for ways to help this be healed even faster. So things like that, to let this go away really quickly and easily. So again, using the I am for the things that you want to be true about your life. But again, also not ignoring that maybe there is a problem. It's just, how do we phrase the problem in a way that we're looking to get to the root of it and allow it to go away. Maybe you do know something that does need to change and no longer does need to be a part of your current life. And I offer this tip of put those things where they belong, which is in the past. Instead of saying something like, hey, especially after this time of year, let's use drinking alcohol and eating bad food. So you might be like talking to somebody like, I drink too much. I just drink too much and I need to do it less. You might say that to yourself. You might say that to a friend, or like, I just eat sugar nonstop. I'm addicted to sugar. Like, fuck, I know I shouldn't do it, but I eat sugar all the time. Again, this is very related to that. This is something that is currently part of what you do. And it's not. So when talking about it, because the thing is, we can change our life every single moment. So just because I was addicted to sugar yesterday doesn't necessarily mean I have to be addicted to sugar right now. And I could have just finished off a fucking Oreo milkshake that I dipped donuts in 2 minutes ago. That's still in the past. I'm not doing that right now. So I can put these choices that don't serve me where they belong. In the past, I could say like, I used to just be addicted to sugar. I used to just have donuts dipped in Oreo milkshakes, and now I'm making better choices and I'm having things that are healthy for me. I used to drink a lot. You could have just woken up hungover. Like, I used to drink all the time. Now I'm making much better choices of what I put in my body. So put the things that you don't want in your life where you want them, which is in the past, with your language patterns. This is also related to this. We're now on to the third one of don't use don't. You might want to be someone that says like, I don't drink alcohol. I don't eat sugar. Well, the problem is when saying something like don't is that our mind can't really process that negative. So we end up visualizing it, and what we see or what we imagine becomes true. So it's like, I don't drink alcohol. And it's like, I'm even like kind of getting like the feeling or the visual of me like having a beer, a Stella, Artis, which that beer came out of nowhere like 15 years ago. I love how marketing is always like, you've grown up with us. Like, when I grew up, there was no Rite Aid pharmacy where I grew up. It was just Thrifty, but one day they just slapped Rite Aid everything and just like, yep, your neighborhood pharmacy, Rite Aid. And it's like, no, I fucking know. And you guys still sell Thrifty ice cream. What is going on here? So you're like, okay, well, Justin, what do I do with don't? The reason you don't want to do something is you want to avoid it. Am I right? Like, you want to avoid alcohol. You want to avoid sweets. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I'm just as a hypothetical. So maybe you want to avoid bad relationships or relationships that where you don't feel good. And then this sort of like begs the question of, this goes on to the fourth thing of then remind yourself of what do you want to bring in your life? Bringing in what it is you want into your language, into what you say to yourself and what you say to other people. I avoid alcohol. I just drink sparkling water and occasionally like a soda now and then, mostly just high quality sparkling waters. That's what I enjoy now. I avoid sugars and instead I eat high quality organic fruits, vegetables, grass-fed meats. So put in what you don't want as something that you avoid and put in what it is that you're moving towards. And again, it doesn't matter if this is just brand new as of this moment. Or maybe you've been doing great, quote unquote, for like weeks, months, years even, and then you just went on a bender, drinking, eating, whatever. It doesn't matter. Every moment is a new moment to start creating the future you want now. So just don't attach the meaning. Just recognize that, oh, this is happening. this is something that is to be avoided, and I'm going to move in this direction now. So a lot of this is, in ways, great ways that you would talk to a small child, because in ways, we're all a child at heart, right? So moving on to number 5, allow possibility for the future and how you talk about it. So there's a lot of things that maybe you haven't experienced, maybe you haven't done. Like maybe you don't have $1 million, so you don't know how to have $1 million. Maybe you don't know how to like get a date. Maybe it's been a while. So instead of just saying like, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that, I don't have this in my life. If there's something that you don't have or haven't had, leave open the possibility. So what do I mean by that? Well, I haven't gotten to that yet. But that means I'm going to get to it, and I'm getting to that now. So it's appending the word yet to something like, I haven't made $1 million yet, or I don't have 6-pack abs yet, or I haven't met my dream relationship yet, or up until today, this hasn't been part of my life. This is what I want to bring in. So just these like allowing for the possibility, so that, again, this is like, what is possible. And now the final one, number 6, sort of related. These are all kind of related. They're very different. So pick the one that works best for you. This last one is, maybe there's something that you don't have in your life. And maybe part of it is because it's been hard. Maybe you've tried it. Yet I want you to reframe it as, it's not something you do or something you have because it hasn't been important to you yet. I don't know how to play the guitar. I've made attempts. I didn't get really good. Playing guitar is just not really that important to me. I don't sing. I sing for fun. Like I'll sing in the shower. I'll sing at karaoke as a goof, but I don't take myself as a serious singer. I spent a year taking singing lessons. I sang at my wedding even. It's just not something I choose to put my time into. Being a great singer just is not very important to me. So I leave the door open that I could be a great singer, that I could be a guitar player. Just, it's not that important to me right now. Just allow yourself the choice in your life. Like, yeah, this relationship I'm in, there's some things that could be better. I just haven't decided how to make them better yet. So it's just, you're in choice. It's up to you. This is your life. Give yourself that power with these small little tweaks in how you speak. And it's just taking the brakes off. Again, none of these is going to magically change and get you what you want, but it's going to make it so much easier. And if it was easier, wouldn't you probably try new things and go for new things a lot more often? That's what I invite you to do. Definitely let me know, what are maybe some common phrases as you were listening to this episode that you're just like, fuck, I say that, and that hasn't been helping me out. So send me a message, either comment, or if you see this posted somewhere, send me an email. The details are coming up after the show. Thanks. So I do want to, what do I want to do? I want to thank you for being a listener. I want to thank you for joining me, as I got a lot of great things in store. So do follow, do subscribe, do that stuff. And do go to justinwink.com/podcast and sign up on the email list. I'm going to be starting to get some emails out so that you get some reminders, so that you have other ways to know, like, what are the great topics that are here waiting for you to make your life easier, more enjoyable, more relaxing, and more fulfilled. So thank you so much. Take care and good day. If you want to contact the show, email me at podcast@justinwink.com. That's Justin, W-E-N-C-K. And find me on social media, Justin Wink, Ph.D. on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you want ways so that you can relax, recharge, and reconnect, find the Tuesday 20 every Tuesday at 12:05 p.m. Pacific. It's only 20 minutes, and it's going to get you relaxed, recharged, and reconnected. It's on YouTube and it's on Facebook. So looking forward to seeing you there.